Hi guys, Vino here and welcome to this Vino Plunk production, and in this video we are going to be going through the Bruce Lee Golden Harvest Arrow Video 4K collection, the Red Box as I like calling it. Got a bit of time here, I'm actually waiting for a friend to come round right now and they have been otherwise delayed, so I've got a bit of time to go through this set. Now I will say, I'm going to get the set here while I'm talking about it, it's this set that we're talking about right here. Now, before we go any further, I, as just stated, have a limited amount of time to go through this set because I'm actually waiting for a message from that friend, and of course I want to get this done before that message comes through. One thing I will say is there's a plethora of videos of this on the internet. I can't add much to it. I'm just going to go through the contents, tell you why I personally decided to purchase this, what I think about the set, how much I've, divulged into it so far. And from there, if you want to see much deeper dives on this set, I would suggest the likes of Stripey Rambles, or somebody who's a bit more au fait with Bruce Lee and with everything that comes with this set, what led up to this set, who Golden Harvest even are, because I don't even know who Golden Harvest were before I even started researching this set. So if you want a bit more in-depth into what the set is all about, you're not going to get it from me. There are plenty of other channels out there who are far bigger Bruce Lee fans and aficionados, if you will, and can probably do a better job than me. So I'm just going to go straight into it. No preamble, no lead up, just straight in and talk about the set. We have the back here, which is like the slip cover, J card, whatever you want to call it. It is absolutely loaded with special features. In fact, at the very, very bottom, they just go a much, much more. So even in this truncated form, they have no way of fitting all the special features on that are in the set. Also, there are some interesting truncations in there for a bit of a giggle. There's a couple of them that the Razor Wire Reviews, Luke from the Razor Wire Reviews, pointed out. There are some really funny truncations on the back there, so that will always get a nice giggle out of somebody, I'm sure. All the films are, of course, here. You've got UK age rating and all that good stuff and the tech specs. So we're going to take this off, and once you take it off, you are greeted with this absolutely gorgeous picture on the back there, and it's a nice contrast from the front. So we're now going to take off the top. There we go. Really, really hard box this. And then you're presented with all of the films in this set. I'll try my best to specify what's 4K, what's Blu-ray, but just to put it out there before we go any further, the main thing about the set is Enter the Dragon is Blu-ray HD, not 4K, because Warner Brothers are doing their own thing when it comes to that. I do have a video planned in which I'm going to talk about how Warner Brothers have sort of treated Enter the Dragon and how they're just exploiting Bruce Lee, as far as I'm concerned, in the Bruce Lee estate. Even though there's an introduction, I think, from Linda Lee on there, I still think Warner Brothers are basically parading around Enter the Dragon, and it really does, personally, what's the word? It doesn't feel right to me, to be honest. Anyway, so first of all, the big boss. Oh, I'm going to put that to one side, which is a little code for Arrow Video, and inside you get some additional artwork. You get the disc, and then you get on the back what the disc contains. This is the red box. So, of course, the art inside is different between the two boxes that you can get. Then we've got the Big Boss Mandarin cut. There we are. Then we've got Fist of Fury. And by the way, this looks fantastic. There's been a couple of times where I tried to watch Fist of Fury on Amazon Video because it is on there, the Bruce Lee version. However, I'm not sure what quality, what version, what transfer they've got on there, but it's really distracting for me personally. That's a really good copy. The Way of the Dragon. One thing I will say that Stripey Rambles also did mention is that all of these, apart from Enter the Dragon, movies and Game of Death Part 2, but Game of Death Part 2 isn't really a self-contained movie, I'll get to that in a moment, are all on Sky Cinema. So if you subscribe to Sky Cinema in the UK, you can watch them on demand, you can watch them through the cinema channels. So if you've got Sky in the UK, you can do it that way. If you've got Sky Go, then you could, you can watch them on demand. Sky Q, Sky Glass, we have Sky Glass, so I can watch them on demand. In fact, I've watched a couple of them on demand already. But this is The Way of the Dragon. Not sure if I showed that off properly, so I'm going to do so right now. And they do have artwork under each of the discs as well. But as I said, I'm kind of zooming through this a little bit. So next up we have Enter the Dragon. As I said, this is on standard HD Blu-ray and is the same Blu-ray that has been put out for years by Warner Brothers. So apart from the special features, I don't think there's anything extra. Game of Death, which I really enjoy. Game of Death personally. I will actually take off this disc because that is a nice shot of Bruce Lee there, I must say. There we go. Then we have alternate versions of Game of Death. Next up, we have the final Game of Death, which is like a 3.5-hour documentary on just a lot of things, from what I understand. So there we go. That looks like that's in Blu-ray quality HD, not 4K. Then we've got Game of Death 2, Tower of Death. I know that this film, air quotes, film, is divisive among Bruce Lee fans, but it's in there. And the last but by no means least, we get Bruce Lee, the Man and the Legend, which are two documentaries that I believe have been out before, but it's nice to have them compiled here on the set. Again, they're in standard HD, but it's good to have them, in this set with everything else that's Bruce Lee. Then you get the obligatory book when it comes to any Arrow video release. This is a hardcover book, and just it's beautiful. So I'll show you one of the. There we go. There's some scenes of Bruce Lee doing nunchaku, and I believe there's a picture in here that I want to see if I can actually get to. We'll show this picture. So the pages of this book have a lithographic quality to them. So absolutely beautiful. You then get a poster, which I'm not actually going to completely unwrap, but it's a double-sided poster of some Bruce Lee art right there. You then get a load of art cards. I'm not going to go through every single art card. There are other videos on YouTube that you can go through them because there's so many in here. But there's all of them have like background shots or behind the scenes scenes of all of the movies, and they're contained in this nice little package. And last but not least, you get these really nice, again, kind of lithographic black and white pictures of Bruce Lee. Probably in the future I will do a more, do a video with a follow-up video, with showing this off. But at the moment, I'm on a bit of a time crunch, so we'll just leave it like that for now. But if you couldn't tell, guys, this is an absolutely stacked set. I'm not sure which way around that was. Probably this way around. An absolutely stacked set that has, trying to think what order they're all in now, that has so much to do with Bruce Lee, the films that, of course, Golden Harvest produced, and all that kind of stuff. I bought it because I wanted to get into Bruce Lee for a while, and some films I've tried to watch of Bruce Lee's in the past have just been distracting with the quality. So getting on 4K, having all these films on 4K was right up my alley. And as I've said in previous videos, I really like martial arts, fight choreography and stuff like that. And who better than Bruce Lee to go through these movies, make my way through them, and then, of course, form my own opinion of the man, the myth, the legend that was Bruce Lee. And for those of you who don't know, this is the 50th anniversary of his passing. He passed away in 1973, hence why there's this set. Warner Brothers are doing their own thing. You know, there's stuff going on when it comes to Bruce Lee-ness, if you will, around, hopefully it's around the world, all over the place to celebrate and commemorate the man that he was, the man that he in some ways still is. He still lives on in our hearts, in our minds. Even myself, there's even new fans coming along to, Bruce Lee and what he was, what he is, what he represents, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed that video, guys. Sorry it's a bit more rushed than maybe some other videos, but I will do a follow-up video sort of going through those art cards and those lithographic photo things and all that kind of stuff later on. But until next time, guys, please take care. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-ra.